Six Underground is the latest Netflix original film, and I am torn between it because, on one hand, I know that it's utter crap. It's poorly directed and edited. There's logistical points throughout the script that just make zero sense. They're ludicrous. But on the other hand, it's kind of fun in certain moments. You know, we have this story of six characters named, wait for it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we have one played by Ryan Reynolds. And this character is pretty much like any other character that Ryan Reynolds has ever played. He really is falling into that one-note actor. And I know I've seen him do other stuff, so I know he can do it. But for some reason, it's just that wisecracking delivery that's familiar, doesn't change. He's just being himself. The rest of the cast and characters are just people out there to fill out the spaces round about Ryan Reynolds' character. Although we do get Melanie Laurent. It's just really good to see her again. You know, it's been a while since I've seen her in a movie. And this is the most Michaelist-based movies that he has done. All the Bayisms are here in abundance. Overly long action set pieces. Action that doesn't make sense when you're watching it. For instance, there is this terrific car chase at the start of the movie. I don't think this sequence gets better throughout the rest of the movie either. But it's just weird. You know, one minute the car will have damage on it. The next minute it's perfectly fine. The next minute the damage has reappeared. The driver has a hat that keeps appearing and disappearing throughout it. They'll be turning a corner and there'll be a cart in front of them, and then all of a sudden they're turning another corner out of nowhere. There's been no cart hit or anything like that. It just doesn't make sense. But it's high octane, high energy, and pretty fun to watch. And the one-liners and banter between all the cast, although feels extremely written, it's kind of fun as well. And I kind of went along with it. I knew there was parts I liked and there was parts I just hated, but ultimately I enjoyed it. And that's just that one action set piece. Extrapolate that several times throughout it and you get that kind of thing. Bay also has those low angles, the magic hour shots, women wearing scantily clad clothing a few times, and the sort of whole everything behind the plot is like a forced political element into the storyline, you know, that doesn't quite fit. It's this kind of circle for the square shape, but he's gonna force it in anyway, and if it just doesn't land completely, I'm sure he just doesn't care because he's done what he wants. The rest of the characters, like the 2 to 6 or 7 who appears later on as well, I couldn't care about any of them. I didn't care about any of them. The movie feels as if it's struggling to find its feet in tone. It's trying for comedy, doesn't quite land. It's trying to be serious, it doesn't land that either. Even the action, like I said, it feels wrong, but it's highly entertaining because he knows how to shoot action generally, even if it does feel choppy and all over the place. The movie's a little bit long as well. It drags its feet. I mean, it tries to get into story about the backlog of the characters, the back history, their thoughts and machinations as to why they're doing what they're doing. It just feels a little bit like yawn. You know, we want to get to the next exciting, ludicrously staged action set piece. And they are kind of ludicrous. There's one in Las Vegas where the guys are trying to blend in, and for some reason they're dressed like tennis players that just stand out more than anything. We get a battle on a ship at the end of it where somebody turns the ship into a magnet. It doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really have to. You know, it's all about the flash and bang of it. The show. You know, if you sit back and think about this movie, you're going to hate it. You're not going to enjoy it at all. If you can just go with the flashing lights, the high octane speed, the rousing atypical score, if you can switch off all that inner noise going, this is wrong, if you can just turn that off, you'll enjoy this thing for what it is. Completely bonkers id, the pure id of Michael Bay. This is probably what rattles about in his brain constantly. Just loud noises and swooping camera movements while Ryan Reynolds does that witty, straight deliveried one lines that he normally does. Really torn about this one, folks. You know, I shouldn't like it. Lots of things about it I just do not like, but I somehow managed to have some entertainment with it. I found it started off strong and just kind of got worse from then on. If I was to give it a score, It'd be a slap bang in the middle. I'm very lucky to receive 2.5 out of 5. What else can you say? You have to see it to believe it, really. I would love to know your thoughts on Six Underground, what you thought about it, the plot, the characters, the ludicrous action. Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs. Film.